Hi guys, welcome back. It's Donwozi here, and in today's video I'm going to be updating my Stormzy No Pet Magic Sorcerer PvE build for the Wolfhunter DLC. So without further ado, I'm going to get straight into the build with the stats. So we have 42k Magicka, 16.3k health, 10k stamina, 2875 spell damage, 62.4% crit, 1466 Magicka recovery. We have 58 points into Magicka and 6 points into health. If you feel like your health is a bit low, then you could put some more points into health at the risk of losing Magicka. But in most dungeons and trials you will have a tank that has Ebon, so that will sit you on around about 17,300, so that's more than enough for trials. We are a high elf, but the optimal race for this build is dark elf in terms of damage. In terms of sustain, high elf is still good. They're both still a good choice, so whichever one you've got, it's fine, you don't need to go race change. I am a high elf, which is not the optimized race, but oh well, still does really good damage. We are using the Thief Munderstone, and the food we're using is the Clockwork Citrus Fillet. Also, you can be a vampire if you so choose. Just see what risks are and weigh them up. It's entirely up to you. So if you're in a trial that has a lot of fire damage, then I would suggest scaling your vamp down if you have got it. If you ain't got it, then there's no point in getting it. Or if you want vamp, you can scale it down with double Bloody Mara. Depending on your CP. If you're lower CP, then just don't use vamp at all. I wouldn't suggest it. So now we're going to get into the I'm going to show you the potions we're using. Same old Essence of Spell Power, gives Major Sorcery, Major Prophecy and Major Intellect. So I'm going to get into the gear now. On the front bar we're using a Inferno Staff of Julianos infused with a flame damage enchant. Now the reason I'm using a flame damage enchant on the front bar and not the back bar is because of the gear setup. So I'll show you the gear and then I'll tell you why. On the back bar we're using an Inferno Staff of Julianos infused with a shock damage enchant, and normally on builds I'd have these reversed. I'd have the flame on the back and shock on the front, or a berserker on the front and flame on the back. But in terms of testing, this is what came out better. Obviously in trials you're going to want to switch your enchantments up, so you're more likely, depending on your concussion uptime, you'll have a absorb magic on the back and flame on the front. The reason I've got flame on the front is because of this set right here, Burning Spellweave. I had more of a burning spellweave uptime with the flame damage enchant on the front bar. No idea why, maybe because we spend most of his time on his front bar with the spammable. But yeah, that's the one that came out on top. We are running 5-piece Julianos on the front bar and 5-piece Burning Spellweave static, which is jewelry and 2 body pieces, so shoes and waist. And then the Julianos is the staff, chest, gloves and legs. And the monster set we're running is the 2-piece Alambris. You can run Zans instead of Alambris. It's just I prefer Alambris just because it has more AoE. If you're going for full on single target, then I would suggest getting Zans. Also, the reason I picked Alambris over Zans is because Alambris is a lot easier to get than Zans is, because Scale Caller Peak is a lot harder than Crypt of Hearts. So that is another reason why. Also, I think the Alambris works really well with the Magic Sorcerer in general, because it has a shock and a fire damage element, whereas Zans only has a fire damage element, which is a lot stronger than Alambris. But also the one piece of Alambris is max magic, which contributed towards sustain, and I didn't like being under 40k Magicka with my Sorcerer, so the Alambris just bumped me up there. So also, yeah, we're running Burning Spellweave. Everything, all the small pieces are divines and all the big pieces are infused. So the head, chest and legs are infused. Everything's enchanted with maximum magicka enchants. Also, on the jewellery we're running 1 bloodthirsty and 2 arcane. I've heard that 3 arcane is actually doing more DPS, but I haven't been able to test it because I don't have that many materials and stuff like that to be able to trait change. So I just tested bloodthirsty. 1 bloodthirsty, 2 arcane, and it came out really well. The results were really good. So if you have 3 arcane or 1 bloodthirsty, 2 arcane, I don't think the damage difference is that much. So you don't need to worry about going to trait change or anything like that. Also, the enchantments on the jewelry is 3 spell damage enchantments. So now I'm going to go over the skills. On the front bar we have Crystal Fragment, Elemental Weapon, Liquid Lightning, Inner Light, and Bound Aegis. And for the ultimate on the front bar it is Fiery Rage. On the back bar we have Haunting Curse, Blockade of Fire, Channeled Acceleration, Hardened Ward, Bound Aegis again, and Shooting Star. You can also take the Greater Storm Atronach, which will do more single target and have more group benefits with the synergy, which gives your ally Major Berserk, increasing their damage done by 25% for 8 seconds. So just keep that in mind. I take Shooting Star as preference because I prefer Shooting Star and the passives that the Mages Guild give, but that is entirely up to you. So I'm going to have timestamps now. I'm going to go over some passives. I'm going to have timestamps in the description if you want to, quickly skip past this. So, you want to take all the Dark Magic passives, all the Daedric Summoning passives, all the Storm Calling passives. Well, in Daedric Summoning you do not want to take Rebate or Expert Summoner because I've not got a pet slotted, so sorry about that. So you want to take Power Stone and Daedric Protection, all the Storm Calling passives, all the Destruction Staff passives, all the Light Armor passives. If you have enough skill points, then I would suggest taking the Medium Armor skill line passive Windwalker for more stam recovery. As you know, stamina is useful in trials and dungeons, more blocking, more dodge rolling, not Rodge rolling. Sorry about that. You want to take these 3 heavy armor passives for more max health, sustain, and resistance. You want to take Banish the Wicked from the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild, Everlasting Magic, Magicka Controller, and Might of the Guild. Also, you want to take all the Sigicorda passives, both of the Undaunted passives. You want to take all of your racial passives, and last but not least, the Medicinal Use passive in Alchemy, just to make sure you have a 100% uptime of them juicy bonuses from your potions. Now I'm going to go over the champion points. So, we have 56 in Warlord, 100 in Arcanist and 64 in Tenacity, 40 into Tumbling, 66 in Elfborn, 56 in Elemental Expert, 23 in Spell Erosion, 66 in Master at Arms, 9 in Staff Expert, 40 into Thaumaturge. We have 61 in Ironclad, 36 in Spell Shield, 56 in both Hardy and Elemental Defender, and 40 into Thick-Skinned, and then 11 into Bastion. Just remember, as always, that the red and the green trees are entirely up to you. It's your preference or whatever trial you are going into. So just maybe ask your raid leader if he's got an optimal CP setup for that certain raid. So keep that in mind. Also, for the champion points, I will be putting a 300 CP setup in the description. So if you are 300 CP, then I would go check that out. I'm not going to put it in the video because it means changing everything and just making the video longer and more boring, so that's why. Now I'm going to go over the rotation. So you would start off by activating your potion, activating your channeled acceleration, switching bars, activating your destro ult, and then light attack, liquid lightning, swap bars, light attack, blockade, light attack, curse, swap bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then same again, light attack, liquid lightning, swap bars, light attack, blockade, swap bars, because your curse should still be up, and then this time you're going to do 4 spammables, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back, liquid lightning, blockade, curse again, because that'll be the second time and you'll need to reactivate it, 2, 3, 4, same again, you don't need to reactivate curse, so you can go straight back, 1, 2, 3, 4, liquid lightning, blockade, need to reactivate curse, 1, 2, 3, 4, liquid lightning, blockade, don't need to reactivate curse, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the rotation. If you have any troubles with it, please let me know. Also, your starting ultimate will be your destruction staff ultimate, but then every time after that you're going to want to use meteor. If you have any questions about the build, please leave me a comment. If you like the build, please leave me a like or like the content. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to be informed of every time I upload a video. And if you need to talk to me, then either leave me a comment, message me on Facebook, DM me on Twitter, or the fastest way to get in contact with me would be through the Discord. The links will be in the description. So if you've enjoyed this video, thanks guys. I really hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys. Bye.